I got 11 Middle Eastern clone fragrances here that work really well on date nights or romantic situations. So let's just get started on this. Khamrah from Lattafa has top notes of cinnamon, nutmeg, and bergamot. In the mid, you get dates, praline, tuberose, and florals. At the base is tonka bean, vanilla, amber, benzoins, and woods. You guys probably already know this one. Everybody knows this one. It's inspired by Kayaan Angel Share, but definitely gives a twist to it. I wouldn't say it's exactly a one-to-one. Gives you this real nice cinnamon apple pie vibe with some nice pralines. A spicy vanilla note also. Unisex right down the middle to me. Really nice gourmand, dark date night fragrance with good performance. And yeah, this thing's popular for a reason. It just works. Supreme Laham Extreme from Fragrance World is inspired by Laham Ariel Extreme from Guerlain. It's got top notes of almond, pink pepper, and bergamot. In the mid, you get plum, cinnamon, and heliotrope. At the base is tobacco, leather, patchouli, and cedar. I just love this scent DNA. It's classy, sexy, with boozy plum notes and tobacco. It's fairly close to the original. Performance not great on this one, so you have to spray pretty heavy and maybe reapply, depending on how long the date's going. Really nice, romantic, intimate situation fragrance. Yeah, this thing really works well on close encounters. Ahmed Maghribi Saif has top notes of cardamom, juniper berries, and bergamot. In the mid, you get cedar and cinnamon. At the base is sandalwood, musk, and vanilla. This thing's unisex right down the middle to me. It's spicy, woody, and slightly fruity. You get a lot of spices with a lot of the woody cedar also. Nice cardamom, juniper berry, and vanilla. Really well blended. Very alluring type scent too. Great performance, perfect for date nights, and it's pretty unique. I can't really compare this to anything that I can think of. And like always, Ahmed Maghribi, quality for the price ratio is always really good, and performance is always really good. Fragrance World Jack of Clubs is inspired by Nuit Del Homme Bleu Electrique. It's got top notes of cardamom, bergamot, and ginger. In the mid, you get lavender and geranium. At the base is cedar and vetiver. This thing's just really fresh and clean. A little bit of spices. Got a touch of a blue vibe mixed in with a little more freshness than the original version of this. Fairly close to the original as far as the clone of Bleu Electrique. A decent performance. Like I said, works great in cozy, intimate situations. Yeah, this is a crowd pleaser. Fragrance World Suits is inspired by YSL Tuxedo. It's got top notes of violet leaf, coriander, and bergamot. In the mid, you get rose, black pepper, and lily of the valley. At the base is patchouli, ambergris, and bourbon vanilla. You pick up the patchouli all throughout the fragrance. Masculine rose accord also. Nice ambergris and vanilla. This thing's just really balanced and sexy. Fairly close to the original here. Decent performance. Great date night alluring fragrance. Reason this fragrance has been around so long and everybody talks about it for so long is it's just a really good scent DNA. And if you want it on a budget, this is a great way to get it. And there are other options, but this is a really nice version of it. Afnan IPM is inspired by JPG Ultramall. It's got top notes of apple, cinnamon, lavender, and bergamot. In the mid, you get orange blossom and lily of the valley. At the base is vanilla, tonka bean, amber, and patchouli. This is a calmer and more sophisticated version of Ultramall. Really good performance on this thing. This is a rare case where I actually think the clone is better than the original. Even though I do a lot of clones, when I smell the original, I don't necessarily think it's better, but I like the money savings, and I do think it's close enough in most cases, actually. So I actually prefer the apple over the pear from the original, and this thing works on a daytime date really well. Just really versatile and like a fun, playful type fragrance. So yeah, try this on a daytime date, and it works really well. Fragrance World Nazih Gold is inspired by 1 Million Gold Nude. It's got top notes of saffron, nutmeg, black pepper, and bergamot. In the mid, you get patchouli, resins, and sandalwood. At the base is oud, leather, cedarwood, and labdanum. I really like the whole 1 Million line, including the original, but this might actually be my favorite of the line. I'm not sure, but this is up there. A lot more mature and sophisticated flanker. Definitely has a Middle Eastern vibe to it, and I like that. Really good performance. This is pretty close to the original. This is just a really alluring and seductive date night type of fragrance, and really the whole 1 Million line works great on date nights, including this one. Fragrance World Liquid Brun is inspired by Parfums de Marly Old Hair. It has cinnamon, cardamom, orange blossom, and bergamot off the top. In the mid, you get bourbon vanilla and elemi. At the base is praline, musk, ambroxan, and gaiac wood. Really nice vanilla, orange blossom with praline and cinnamon, seductive gourmand scent profile. And I'm starting to notice I like orange blossom a lot in fragrances, so whenever I see Orange blossom is like a prominent note. I generally like that fragrance. So this is really close to the original, a little more citric freshness in it. Really good performance on this. This is just a great date night fragrance. Women seem to really like this one. Fragrance World, the one and only Golden Nights, is inspired by the One Royal Night from Dolce & Gabbana. It's got top notes of cardamom and basil. In the mid, you get nutmeg and pear and some woods. And at the base is amber and labdanum. A little spicier than the one EDT or EDP. A little more richer and dense too, even than the EDP. Really classy, mature, and seductive. Perfect for date nights. Performance isn't good on this one, so you got to spray heavy. And if it's going to be a long date, you might even want to take a decant with you or just reapply at some point. You're just not getting a lot of performance on this. Fragrance World Supreme Laham is inspired by Guerlain Supreme Laham. It's got top notes of citrus, orange blossom, and rosemary. In the mid, you get almond and tonka bean. At the base is leather, cedar, and vetiver. I really love this scent DNA, as I said earlier. Tonka, orange blossom with like an amaretto smelling almond. Those just combine to make a really nice fragrance. Sweet and fresh at the same time. Just really pleasant and versatile. Great first night type of fragrance. Just goes very easy. And everybody's going to pretty much like this one. It's almost like a designer type of fragrance. This is pretty close to the original. Poor performance on this, so you'll have to spray heavy and maybe take a decant or the bottle with you. And if it's a long date, maybe you might have to spray again. That's the only downside of this, but it does get you close to that scent DNA, and it's just a super attractive scent DNA. Al Wataniah Kayaan Classic is inspired by Bjorham Intense. It has lavender at the top, iris, ambrette, and pear in the mids, woods, vetiver, and vanilla at the base. I love this scent DNA. Just really elegant, sweet with that lipstick iris. When I first got into fragrance, I just didn't understand why anybody want to smell like this, because I heard about this fragrance and got a sample when I first got started and thinking, why would anybody want to smell like a makeup bag or like a lipstick? And I wore it didn't take very long, but I wore it a few times, and just kind of all of a sudden it just made sense to me. And it just works. I really like that smell. It is kind of an addictive smell. But I don't know if some people ever get over that and never feel that way. But for me, yeah, I love like that fantasy iris note, and pretty much any type of iris note. So this might be the best date night fragrance on this list, really. Really close to the original. Good performance on this. Love this scent DNA. Like I said, this is just a banger for date nights. All of these work well in romantic encounters and on date nights. So let me know some of your guys' favorite Middle Eastern cologne fragrances for date nights and romantic encounters. So if you made it this far, like, subscribe, and comment. That helps my algorithm. And I appreciate you guys taking the time to watch.